Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online. Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is infectious diseases. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we need to sanitize. Remember, when we are sanitizing, we are trying to stay safe from all germs. So sanitize as regularly as possible. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we will be talking about possessive nouns and time. To start our lesson, boys and girls, let's all go to page 28. On page 28, we are going to be doing 3D shapes. Now, I know we all know what 2D shapes are. We know them very clearly. Squares, circles, triangles. But this time, these are 3D shapes. So we have an important job first to name the shapes that we can see. And then after that, we're going to choose the correct choice of the best one that describes the shapes of the items we can see below. Now, let's take a look at some of them. I've decided to help you with a few. So, let's take a look at the board. On the board, I have done 3D shapes for you. You're welcome. So, we have the first one. The first one is a cylinder. Everyone, let's say cylinder. Cylinder. Now, a cylinder is very much like one of the shapes we can see there. It is having two flat surfaces and it has a round face. So if we see a cylinder, or if we try to look for a cylinder around our house, we can actually find it. An example of a cylinder in the classroom is the glue. Now, as you can see, the glue has one flat side and another flat side. It also has a round surface, just like our cylinder. So, I'd like you to please tick the box that says cylinder, and then I want you to please look for the cylinder below. The next one that we have is a cone. Now, a cone has one sharp edge or one pointed edge. It also has a round surface, but instead of having two flat faces, it only has one. Now, a cone can be a different shape. If I do one action, I know that you will know one thing that we actually see all the time in a shape of a cone. It is actually called an ice cream cone, where we take the ice cream and we lick it. And then I also want you to try and find a cone-shaped item below. If you can find one, that's great, but I think there are two in there, so try and look for them. So please tick the box that says cone for this cone and then look for them below. Then the last one we're going to do together is called a cube. Now a cube is very special because just like a square, a cube has equal sides going all the way round. Now a cube has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 faces, and it has even more corners. You can see that these lines are broken down so that we can see what is behind the cube. There are many other things in our lives that are cubed shape, but I'm not going to tell you the answer this time. I want you to go outside there and look for them. So for the word cube, please can you circle or tick for it? It starts with a C. In fact, all of them start with a C. So if you have found your cylinder below, well done. Remember, cylinder has CY instead of CI. Be careful with that one. The cone starts with CO, and you are supposed to look for a cone or maybe two cones in your exercise. Then we have the cube. Please, 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 boys and girls, when you're looking for these, take your time. I'm sure the rest of the names for the 3D shapes you will be able to figure out by yourself. If you're not sure, ask an adult to help you and even show you the 3D shapes in our real lives. Take your time, have fun with this one, and I'll see you soon after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
For our exercise now, boys and girls, let's all turn to page 29. On page 29, we are going to be doing possessive nouns. Now, possessive nouns are words that show ownership, what belongs to whom. And if we take a good look at our example, they have shown us how we can change a sentence and then include a possessive noun. The example says, the food of the dog. Then the sentence changes to the dog's food. So we know that the food belongs to the dog by making a possessive noun, dogs. We make a possessive noun by adding an apostrophe and a S. Let's take a look at the board so that we can see how we can add an apostrophe and an S. Now, like we said before, possessive nouns are words that show ownership. And when we are making possessive nouns, we add an apostrophe. This is an apostrophe. And an apostrophe sits above the bottom line, but does not touch the top line. Once we have our apostrophe, we also add an S to the word. So we are now going to change number 3 and number 8 so that they have an apostrophe and an S. And then we will have our possessive noun. Let's take a look at number 3. It says, the tools of the man. So we want to now change it to show that the person who owns the tools is the man. And how we're going to do that is we are now going to say the man's. Now, before we say man's, we need to first add the apostrophe and then the S. Now we have written man's, the man's tools. And our sentence is complete with a full stop. So we have managed to change the tools of the man to the man's tools. Remember, we added an apostrophe and an S for it to be a possessive noun. Now let's do number 8 together. Number 8 says, the toys of the child. So we want to show that the toys belong to the child, or the person who owns the toys is the child. So we're going to change our sentence by saying the child's. So we'll take the word child, and then to change the noun into a possessive noun, we need to add our apostrophe and our S. Now we have child's. Child's what? Toys. So we'll write our word toys. And there we have it. So you're going to finish off this exercise by yourself. Remember, if you're going to change the noun into a possessive noun, you need to first add the apostrophe and then the S. Make sure that you are showing ownership of the thing. For example, the tools belong to the man. So that's why we said the man's tools. The toys belong to the child. That's why we said the child's toys. Take your time with this one. Don't forget your apostrophe and your S. And I'll see you soon after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn, and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
Now for our last exercise, boys and girls, let's turn to page 30. On page 30, we will be telling time. Now, last time we did o'clock, and today we are going to do half past. Now, when we say half past, we mean that we are halfway until 1 hour has passed. They have given you an example there. The first one actually says 12:30. So I would like to show you what 12:30 looks like on the clock I have. So let's take a look at the clock. Now the clock I have right now will tell you the time. The 12:30 they are showing you is when the hour hand is pointing to 12 and then the minute hand is pointing to 6. So if you have 6:30, 6:30 would actually look like this, where both of the arrows are facing 6. So the first answer we have is 12:30. Let's try and read the times that I'm going to put here. We have 3:30. Well done. 5:30. Good job. 9:30. Well done. What about this one? 7:30. Good job. Now it's going to be your job to write the correct time. Remember, when the long hand or the minute hand is facing 6, we know that it is half of the hour gone. So we say 12:30 first, and then we say the number it is pointing to. Take your time, boys and girls, and when you are done, try and read them. Also, use the numbered names, just like they use them in the exercise. I'll see you soon after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
We have come come to the end of our lessons, boys and girls, and I hope you had fun. Remember, if the activity or the exercise is a little bit hard for you, just ask for help. But make sure that you finish your work by yourself. And always practice, practice, practice. Now that we are done with our lessons, it's very important for us to sanitize. So let us take our sanitizer. And remember, if you don't have sanitizer, soap and water is good as well. Please make sure that you try to sanitize or use soap and water after every lesson. Then make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I wonder though, I have not seen Sashi in a long time. I think he was outside playing, but he said he was going to come and pick me up. Sashi, are you here? Sashi, oh, there you are, Sashi. Hello. So, from Sashi and I, we would like to say thank you for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.